It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, y'all. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. So is Shaquille O'Neal. This is the NBA on 2K Sports.
We're at the FedEx Forum, where the crowd is on their feet. And with tip.
Thanks very much.
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much.
Get a nice clean game, huh?
And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Ulis. He's out there with Mason. J.J. Barea is out there with Thomas. And it's Van Vliet in at the power forward position. And it's Drummond missing.
How about Andre Drummond making his second All-Star appearance in 2018? He's been playing some of his best basketball. I mean, one of the top 5 or 6 centers in the game, if you ask me.
Fox against Mason. Fox kicks to Thompson. Shoots over Ulis, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
You got to respect the interior game of Thompson. I mean, he's confident going right up with it.
Outside Thomas. Fox against Mason. Out to the wing. Here's Ulis. And the three off target. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. And this is their first time matched up this year with Baltimore. Thompson with the bucket.
I love the way Thompson goes after that miss. Ensures that they make the next one.
Barea, the pass to Mason. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Thomas against Porter. 6 on the shot clock.
Got not take Porter lightly on defense. He's superb at getting his hands in the face of shooting.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Now here's Thompson. Not a lot of room. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Thompson's got 6. Boy, Chris, how much fun is it to have basketball back? Talk about some of the things you personally look for early in a season.
Oh, man, what I personally look for in the beginning of the season is how guys develop. And a lot of that is body language. You know, are you putting your head down and dropping your head after a shot? Are you not running back on defense after a turnover? These are all little things that show what you're thinking about. You know, I just kind of check out the development, but again, the body language. Is a guy playing hard through his frustration? Is a guy giving his coach eye contact in the huddle? Is he being a great teammate by encouraging guys? I'm passing to an open player for a better shot. And so those are the things that I look at. And then again, with the pace being at an all-time high, I think now is a new golden era of basketball where you can have so much more fun because you are no longer held to rules of not getting out of the shot clock, not getting on the fast break. Coaches are now encouraging this style, so the game to me is a lot more fun. So hopefully as a rookie, you come in and you embrace this and just let it fly.
Baltimore trails by 8. Van Vliet kicks to Barea. Porter against Thomas. There's the pass to Mason. Trying to end the drought, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
For Baltimore, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Barea, the pass to Mason. Barea against Porter. Shoots from the baseline, and Barea with the basket on the assist by Thomas.
Ooh, that has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Well, you can see they were getting frustrated. Let's see if that jump starts a run.
Fox kicks to Drummond. Over Thomas. The kick out to Porter. Baltimore with the rebound. Here's Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Ulis passes to Thomas. Porter with the steal. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 9. Live from the FedEx Forum. And being a smaller player is a challenge. But Isaiah Thomas...
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was...
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Thomas. Mason is out there with Ulis. And there's J.J. Barea, and it's Van Vliet in at the 4 slot. Thomas inside, guarded by Porter. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Isaiah Thomas. Along with the rest of their troubles last year, the Grizzlies had a very hard time stretching the floor.
Yeah, and they were 25th in the league in three-point percentage. I mean, teams did not have to respect them from out beyond the arc. And that made an already pedestrian offense even more sluggish.
Barea kicks to Mason. Launches it. It's Drummond with the rebound. Memphis leading by 9. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Kept alive. Here's Favors from down in the low post. It goes.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
And Baltimore calls time here. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Barea surveying the floor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Baltimore shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. You know, C-Web, every player wants to play in a system where what they do best is always highlight. It brings out their strong points. What are some of the plays or actions that best suited your skills when you play?
One of the things that I needed was a great point guard. So whether it was Rod Strickland, whether it was Avery Johnson in Golden State, of course my man Jay Will, and that was guys that could get me the ball, that would trust, that would throw it up. Also, then that I could handle the ball, draw a double team, and get it out to them, and they could knock down the shot. Having a great shooter like Apasia would allow me to grab a double team and to look for him on the opposite side. So I needed teams that had great ball movement, that had players that could knock down the open shot, and then a team that could run would allow me to push the break or allow me to fill in the break and kind of do everything. Teams that would allow me to be positionless and not just be rigid or old in their ways and say, we play old traditional basketball that doesn't allow anyone to flourish with what they've been working on in the offseason. Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependable.
Pass to Mason. Baltimore moving that ball around. Again, the miss by Baltimore.
Defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Porter kicks to Fox. Over Mason. Again, Memphis.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Barea dishes to Ulis. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Back to Barea. No good on the 3.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc. He still can't cash in on it.
Porter kicks to Favors. Thompson outside. Drummond up top. 17 seconds left in the first half of basketball. 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. Baltimore with the rebound. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And so it's Memphis with a sight.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 11 points and 2 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second chance
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of that.
We're back with you here in Memphis, Tennessee. A gorgeous look at the skyline here in the birthplace of rock and roll. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Porter is out there with Favors. Then it's Fox. Then it's Thompson. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. The 2017-18 season is one that Isaiah Thomas C. Webb would rather forget. A lot of struggles and a lot of injuries.
Yeah, a tough season, and especially when you think about the one he had before that. Thomas just never looked comfortable with the teams he was on or in the roles he was asked to play. A lot of that was him still recovering from surgery when you think about it. I mean, I don't think it'll take much for him to get back to that elite scoring status that he once enjoyed.
Pass to Porter. This one for 3. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Porter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting it.
And Baltimore calls time here. And you talk about that quick twitch athletes have. De'Aaron Fox is a blur in the lane. Chris definitely an attack guard.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just his quickness, Kevin. I mean, it's his mentality, his aggressiveness. He's very competitive. He wants to impose his will on the game, and I love that.
Mason, the pass to Barea. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Favors. Ulis with it, working on Favors. Bucket is good. Ulis has got his first bucket of the night.
And such a tricky player. Ulis loves pulling out the floater from time to time.
Fox kicks to Thompson. Fader on the way, and it's off the back rim, no good.
There's a lesson for you. Don't showboat. Tries to get fancy with the fadeaway, and it backfires.
And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Back to Fox. Here's the 3, and again it's Memphis with the 3.
This is the next step for Fox. I mean, he's sharpening his outside shot. He's becoming a major threat from there.
Fox against Mason. Outside Thomas. It's rebounded by Memphis. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. And Thompson kicks to Fox. Passes it to Favors. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists tonight. The son of former NBA coach Bernie Bickerstaff, JB got his first head coaching job here in Memphis.
Yeah, I played for his father, such an intense coach and with a deep playbook. And after Fizdale was fired, JB was named the Grizzlies' interim head coach. Before that, he had been an assistant in Charlotte, Minnesota, Houston. He's a young guy, but he's been around basketball a long time.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Van Vliet passes to Ulis. He kicks to Barea. Again, the miss by Baltimore.
not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of the shooting.
Thompson right side. That one goes in. Thompson's got 13 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The pass to Barea. Dishes to Mason. Baltimore moving that ball around. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Favors. Thomas makes it off the glass. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
And Thomas, excellent at getting points in the paint, despite the size disadvantage.
Fox with it. 11 points in the game. To the middle. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. An emphatic LU jam.
Man, the mobility of Drummond is important to his team. When the ball is lobbed his way, it's game over for the defense.
And so it's Memphis, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Myers-Leonard. Porter is out there with Scott. Then it's Ulis, and it's Van Vliet in at the one spot. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. So in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to in Sacramento later in my career, it would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Bridges dishes to Anderson. Here's Nene. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Baltimore. Ulis kicks to Scott. Leonard the pass to Van Vliet. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. See, Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places, they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
And Wright kicks to Bridges. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And that one falls for Bridges. And so he makes both from the line. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Grizzlies.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and On the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Drummond.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Porter against Wright. Leonard kicks to Van Vliet. Boom, he jams it straight down.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
Pass to Bridges. And it's Memphis with another.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Scott the pass to Ulis. Baltimore moving that ball around to the inside. Plays it up and banks it in.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Wright looking around. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw it.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For
My